Good morning, guys. How you doing? It's Louise. I'm live in the tribe on this Monday morning. How are you all? I hope you're all well. If you're around this morning, give me a wave. Let me know that you're with me. Say hi so I can say hi back. I thought I'd pop on. I haven't done a live actually for a couple of weeks for one reason or another. Yeah, it's actually been really busy. I've actually been busier than I've been in ages. With coaching and corporate stuff and what have you. So yeah, it's been quite interesting actually. Hi Ash, good morning to you. Hope you're well. Let me just move this chair because I can't get in there. So I just thought I'd pop on and say hi if you're joining me. Hi Annie, good morning to you. I hope you're all well. It's funny actually, I was doing the title for this recording and I thought, what week are we in lockdown? I've completely lost count. Is it week 8, something like that? I don't know. So I put week 99 and made myself chuckle. So I just thought I'd check in and see how you're all doing. If you're joining me live, give me a wave. Hi Tammy, good morning to you. How are we all doing? What is it? Is it week 8? Is it week 7? I have no idea. We had Boris's announcement last night, didn't we? Which was rather do it but don't do it. Go to work but don't go to work. It was a bit, yeah. Wasn't very clear really, was it? And my son turned 11 this morning, so we've had a birthday. My daughter turned 15 a couple of weeks ago, so it was his turn for birthday in lockdown. And I turned 40. Is it next week or the week after? On the 20th, I turned 40. Not looking forward to it, to be honest. I had so much planned. I'd got a lovely lunch at the Ivy planned. We were going to Italy. We were going to Cornwall. We got loads of lovely stuff planned this year and none of it's looking likely to happen, which is a bit crap, isn't it? I'm hoping by the time my birthday comes around that at least I'll be able to see my mum and my sister. Fingers crossed. But there'll be no meals out or anything like that, so Carl's going to have to get really creative in celebrating my 40th, but there you go. Good morning, folks. Give me a wave if you're there. I just thought I'd pop on and say hi to you this morning, catch up with you, see how you're doing. How are you doing, Tammy? In lockdown. Annie, how are you doing? Oh no, let me just cancel that. Who have we got? Ash, how are you doing? Let me know how you're getting on as we are in week 8 or 7 or 99 or whatever it is. This morning I just wanted to talk a little bit about utilising this time effectively by learning, because I called it lockdown in learning or learning lockdown. And I just wanted to touch base with you and see how you're all kind of keeping yourself busy, because one thing that I've been doing is lots and lots and lots of learning on Udemy, on all sorts of platforms, because I made a decision at the beginning of lockdown that I am going to make sure that I utilise this time effectively and I do as much as I can to help myself grow, because I really think we're in a really interesting time. Certainly those of us that are already awoken to our spiritual path, we're really being called forward now to step up and I suppose shine our light a little bit brighter. I think the whole world is going through a mass awakening, and of course that's going to happen at different times for people. Some people are already on that path, some people will be, you know, waking up quite rapidly. But either way, I think, you know, we're all being called to evolve and learn and grow at this time. And actually I've created a lockdown achievement log. I'm so anal. Lockdown achievement log where I'm making a list of all the things that I'm doing in lockdown as a reminder, really. I can put it in my diary at the end of the year, and, you know, things from starting my veg patch to stuff that I'm learning online, just to, I suppose, feel like I'm achieving and moving forward. So maybe that's something you can think about doing, a lockdown achievement log. It's just a bit of fun, really, but it's good to feel useful. And as human beings, we need to grow. We are happiest as human beings when we are evolving, when we are growing. And that's really what today's live is about, just to really check in with yourself and ask yourself, what is my soul yearning for? And am I growing? Am I expanding? Because when you are in that place of expansion, you feel brilliant. It feels great when you're learning something new. And here's something interesting, a fact I didn't know actually until Suzanne Marr from Tropic mentioned it. And she was talking about the 1665 plague, where Isaac Newton, who actually was a law student at the time, obviously went into lockdown, or the country went into lockdown, very similar to what it is now. And all schools and universities were shut for 12 months. amazing, such a long time. So they were all shut. And in that 12-month period, Isaac Newton started to explore stuff that he was interested in. So he wasn't studying law, and he was looking at things like, mathematics, astrology, physics, all of that kind of stuff. And in the process of his learning, he discovered, obviously, the law of gravity, which is pretty cool, isn't it? Now, maybe we're not going to discover the law of gravity, but there is room and potential for us all to use this time to our advantage. So I just want to get you thinking this morning about ways that you can grow. Obviously, we've all got our commitments, family. Some of you, of course, will still be working. Some of you will be furloughed. Some of you will be trying to work from home. Whatever it is, I think most of us have got a little bit of time, extra time back, maybe because we're not commuting, because we're working from home, maybe because we are furloughed. So it's a time for us to really think about how we can grow. And I just want to encourage you to just explore what that looks like for you. What can you do to grow? What things can you explore maybe that you haven't had time to do before? Because I think, you know, we're going to be on lockdown maybe for another few weeks, maybe a few more months. Who knows? We don't really know, do we? But have a look and think about how you can grow. So one of the things that I did, I went on Udemy, and I went on a site called what is it called? Future Learn, I think it's called. And they've got so many courses, academic courses. Sometimes they're just simple courses. Sometimes they're creative courses. I'm doing a course at the moment about emotional intelligence. And I'm doing another diploma as well in learning and development. And I'm using this time to grow. So when I come out the other end of this, I've expanded and I've grown. And it's really keeping me focused, to be quite honest. Alongside my coaching and, you know, all the other stuff that I've got to do, it's keeping me focused. It's giving me a focus for the day. It's keeping me sort of moving forward and feeling like I'm achieving. I had a certificate emailed to me yesterday, and it was so lovely to get that certificate and, you know, feel that achievement. It felt great. So I'm using this time to my advantage, and I really want to ask you, what are you doing? What are you doing to ensure that you grow? And there's so much free resource out there, so much free resource on all different subjects, whether you want to learn how to sew or learn how to garden, or whether you want to do some kind of study academically. There's so much there, and most of it is either free or really affordable. If you go on Udemy, there is so much stuff on there, and it's you know, some of it's like a tenner. Or 20 quid. It's really, really cheap to do. So there's no excuse really, is there, for us to grow and expand. Let's have a look what Ash is saying. You've been painting. Yeah, I've been painting too, Ash. We've been making little wooden hearts. I'll show you them once I've done them. Me and Esme. And it's funny because Esme's really creative with her fingers, and she sews and knits and paints and all sorts. And I've been getting involved, and we've had so much fun together. And it's something we wouldn't normally have done together. It's her thing, but we painted our rainbows, and we've done all these lovely wooden hearts that we're gonna distribute around the neighbourhoods, hang them on trees and stuff like that. So yeah, really looking forward to. Oh, I can hear the dogs screaming. I hope they're all right. It doesn't sound good. Let's have a look. Good morning, folks. How are you all doing? So yeah, I just want to very quickly pop on and say to you, you know, what can you do to grow? Maybe you want to learn how to. I often tell a story about my father-in-law, who sadly passed away actually last year. At the age of 80, mastered eBay. Now, he'd never touched a computer in his life. He'd never done anything like that. And as he got older, he couldn't do the car boots that he loved doing. And he used to buy a lot of old tools, and he'd sort of, he'd do them up, he'd clean them up, and then he'd sell them another car boot. And obviously as he got older, it was hard for him to do that, or harder, lugging all the boxes and, you know, travelling, etc. So we bought him an iPad. I think he was about 82 at the time. And briefly showed him how to get online, how to master eBay, and yeah, he did it at the age of 82. And you know what? It gave him a good 10 years of his life, or not quite 10 years, where he loved it. He had a little shop online. He'd sell, I think at one point he had something like 150 items listed on eBay. He was amazing. I was so proud of him. So it just goes to show that, you know, if he can do it, so can we. And the brain has the ability to learn new stuff. So really think about now, how can I utilise this time? What can I learn? What have I been putting off that now I can you know, dedicate some time to, whether it's creative, whether it's academic. Give that some thought, and maybe create an achievement log like I've done. It's just a real good feel good exercise to show me that I am moving forward, that things are you know, moving forward. I'm moving forward, I'm expanding, and I'm growing. So yeah, just lockdown and learn, or learning in lockdown, whatever you want to call it. I just wanted to see if anyone else has popped online. Give me a wave if you're there, say hi to me. I hope you're all well anyway, and enjoying this period of time. It's going to be interesting to see, isn't it, how the next couple of weeks pan out as people, my printer's going, as people start going back to work, and as people start mixing a little bit more and bathing in the sunshine, as Boris said. So we'll see what happens, hey, whether we go back into proper lockdown or, yeah, it's going to be interesting, isn't it, to see what happens. Anywho, I'm going to leave you there. I'm going to leave it with you. Give it some thought as to how you can learn and expand and grow and use this time. And write in the comments if you're doing something. Share with me in the comments what you're up to. Good morning, Maria. How are you doing? Let me know what you're up to, how you're using this time effectively, how you're learning and expanding. Remember, as human beings, we are happiest when we're expanding, when we're learning. They say that learning is the holy grail to happiness, and I do believe that. It makes us feel useful, it gives us that sense of purpose, and we're all being called forward to play our part, our bigger part in this awakening, this unfolding. So follow your soul, follow your heart. What do you want to learn? What do you need to know? How do you want to expand? You know, ask yourself, follow that intuition, and use this time to grow and expand. Lots of love to you. If you're not on live and you're catching up on the replay, drop me a comment. I will reply. Let me know what you've been doing. Let me know how you are. If you've got any questions for me about growth, about purpose, about this time, about this expansion, about how you can play your bigger part, pop it in the comments. I'll only be happy to drop you a reply. Lots of love to you. And by the way, guys, for those of you that are needing a bit of extra assistance and help, I'm here, I'm available. If you want to book a discovery session, if you're an existing client, you want to just hook up and have a catch up with me, reach out to me. I'm here to support you. It's been really interesting over the last few weeks how many people have actually reached out and said, Lou, help me, and it's been really busy for me actually, and it's been very interesting to kind of see what's coming up for people. So make sure that if you need that extra help and assistance, that you reach out to me and let's have a conversation. Lots of love to you, take care, and I'll catch you very soon. Bye folks.